Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Sensei Pink and I'm coming back to you guys for this week's review on Down to Earth episode 112. I also will be recapping very lightly episode 109 through 111 because it's been a while guys, and long story short, life gets in the way. You gotta do what you gotta do. So without further ado, let's get into these recaps. Alright guys, so being the space cadet that I am, I didn't even realize that I reviewed episode 109 and some previous episodes from the previous weeks. So I really only missed like two weeks or 3 weeks at max. So yeah, let me recap that. So to lightly recap episode 110, Zaida has on her Zella cosplay. She tries it on, she looks great. Suzy's still worried about everything that Kade said earlier in the day about, not telling Zay that basically Stace is a little ass snake. Zaida encourages Suzy to talk to her sister, and she promises to build some courage to do so next time. Our group finally makes it to Comic-Con or whatever con it is. Zaida looks amazing. Kade instantly falls in love, and the group separates with Kade going with Zaida, and of course we get a little cameo from Pookie. And we get a lot of people loving Zaida's cosplay. Kade ends up seeing a familiar face among the crowd, kind of looking at him. And since Kade doesn't want any creeps looking at Zaida and thinks she's getting too much attention, it's time to head to a different area. In episode 110, the two of them move to a different area and talk about the creep that was staring at them. They then see a ton of famous QTubers. A cameo of Zaida happens at the con, and suddenly the creepy guy who was looking at them before pops up behind Kade. Turns out the creepy guy was Kade's friend all along, who knew him since like grade school, named Dustin. And as these two catch up, Zaida ends up getting bear napped. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd be scared as fucking hell if some random ass bear came out and grabbed me and started running away. Now moving into episode 112, we pick up from Zaida getting kidnapped by that bear, that creepy ass bear that just was like, now you're mine, and starts dashing off with her. And after like 2 seconds of running, the bear flops, and when the head kind of falls off, it's revealed to be Sherry. Of course, after this failed prank, Kade is relieved. Zaida, she's kind of shaken up a little bit. She's a little crying because, long story short, she just thought she was getting kidnapped and it wasn't funny, or she didn't think it was a prank. And Sherry feels bad, and she has a little soft spot for Z, so she's crying too. Now that everyone's safe and sound and we don't gotta worry about nothing, Dustin then asks Kade, like, is that your girlfriend? And although Sherry is just like, no, Kade is too gross for me, he's just like, no, I'm talking about the one in the Zella cosplay. And chiming in on that, Sherry wants to know too, because she's just like, I wanted to ask that, but I didn't, because it just feels like there's more going on. You know what I mean? Although Zaida hesitates, she's just like waiting kind of for Kade to respond. Kade decides to actually tell them that they're not boyfriend and girlfriend, and that instead she's just a very close friend. Everyone gets acquainted and whatnot, and basically everyone questions what Sherry's cosplay is. Zaida asks Kade if they can have a moment to just talk. During their little chat, Zaida wants to know, why didn't Kade say that she was his girlfriend? Because he told his mother that she was his girlfriend. Basically, Kade has to explain to Zaida that depending on the situation, it's preferable to lie. Like, it's kind of tough to lie and say that Zaida wasn't his girlfriend in front of his mom, but in this kind of situation, he didn't see any reason to lie about it since it's not true, and no one's really going to question that. Afterwards, Zaida wants to know whether or not eventually she'll be able to be honest about who she is. And Kade mentions like how Suzy reacted and how quickly she recovered, but not everyone's gonna be like that. As these two continue talking and Zaida wants to know whether or not she's gonna have to continue lying, they're interrupted when Suzy and Ethan join up, and we end this episode off with Suzy and Dustin making eye contact, and in the end, Suzy just blurts out like, "You goofy weeb." Now guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought the person in the bear costume was Stace. Thought it was Stace. I'm kind of relieved that it was Sherry, even though that was kind of creepy, because I don't know why she just thought it was okay to spook Zaida like that, especially in the times that we're in. But hey, you know, plus ultra. Second, Dustin does look like a blonde version of Kate. That's number 2. Number 3, I'm just trying to figure out what Dustin and Suzy's relationship is. I really don't know how she would know him, but maybe that's like her ex or something. I'm not too sure. And lastly, you know, getting into the small little chat that Zaida and Kate had about basically what warrants a lie. I really do feel bad for Zay, because maybe in this kind of setting, unfortunately, she's realizing that lying is going to be a big part of her identity. You know, she's always going to have to be one step ahead so that, you know, she can spill a convenient lie. She's never going to be able to be honest about who she truly is, and that's just a fact. Personally, I don't see the ending of this series turning into a kumbaya of everyone, you know, on Earth just accepting that she's an alien. Unless, like slightly foreshadowed when Suzy and Ethan were talking about like going to her spaceship and whatnot, whether or not like one day Zaida's people would like come back for her. So I don't know if they're gonna come back. I feel like they will, and that's gonna be like one of the big exposes of it all. I don't think that there's gonna be like an intergalactic travel where like Suzy, Ethan, and Kade like have to travel to like a different universe to save her. I don't think so. What I think is just gonna happen is either they'll come, everyone finds out that she's an alien, and I don't know, maybe they just accept her. I really don't know. So I kind of find that fun and interesting about this, because I'm not too sure how everything is going to play out. I feel like I know how the love part is, but the whole alien part, I don't really know. Let me know what you guys are thinking, because I don't have any thoughts whatsoever of how being an alien is going to come full circle for Zaida and the group and everyone else on Earth. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So guys, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Down to Earth. Please do me a huge favor and go follow me on all of my social media, which includes TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and do me the biggest favor of hitting that like, subscribe, and notification button if you would like to see more of me, Sensei Pink. Even if you do or don't, I'll see you guys next week.